Welcome to NASCAR Heat Mobile Cup Series, Season 8, Race 3 at Phoenix. The Ticket Guardian 500 will begin in a few short minutes, but first let's do a recap of the last race in Las Vegas. So I led every single lap en route to my 8th career NASCAR Heat Mobile Cup Series win. Who will win here today in Phoenix? Lucas K, starting on the pole. I am the defending winner of this race. 45 laps, here we go. Green flag is out. We are underway in the desert. All right. This was a pretty good race last season. It ended with trombone players looking for his first career win. He was chasing me down, almost got there, but just did not have enough, and I got my first win of Season 7. Who is going to win here today? I am trying to go back-to-back, hoping to defend my win in this race. Lucas K leads lap 1. Lucas K won here all the way back in Season 2. So he does have experience winning at this racetrack. We'll see if he can get it done. He's historically better at bigger racetracks, though. You know, like Michigan. He's been really good at Kansas, Auto Club, Atlanta, those kind of tracks. There's a tight battle for P2 right now. That's SMB, NASCAR F1 Fan, and NASCAR Fan 5. NASCAR Fan 5 looking to have a good run. He did not win a race last season. I think he finished in the top 5 a couple times, but did not get a win. Him and Bryce Benton were the two Hendrick drivers who did not win last season. Bryce Benton, he needs a win. I mean, there's no other way to put it, as that battle continues 3 wide right there. Bryce needs a win. His last win was Season 1, Race 9. That was like 3 years ago, was his last win. He's come close a couple times. I remember he finished 3rd in Texas last season, and then he was running up in the top 5 at Watkins Glen, but I think he finished 6th in that race last season. So he had a couple of races where he was up there last season. Just could not get to that top step. But he needs a win. I don't really think this has historically been a good racetrack for him. I don't really think it's been historically a good racetrack for Hendrick in general. They're pretty good at qualifying here, but they don't have very many wins here. I think Lucas is the only win Hendrick has at this racetrack. So we'll see if they can get their second win in Phoenix here today. Lucas K pulling away, SMB to P2. The 24 moving up high. You know, that's what you're going to want to do towards the end of this race. We talked about it a lot during this race last season. But yeah, Race 3, Phoenix Raceway. The Desert Duel moved up slightly in the order, managing the distinct flat corners of turns 1 and 2 versus turns 3 and 4 requires precise throttle control. So that's your little description of the race. I've been giving those at the beginning of each race. Yeah, the turns are very different. Turns 1 and 2 very different from turns 3 and 4. These drivers are going to have to manage that throughout the race if they want to bring home the trophy here in the desert. As Lucas K, fastest lap of the race that time, a 26.1. So this is a pretty long race, but it's also a shorter racetrack than the ones we have gone to so far. So that's the reason for the extended number of laps. Obviously, Daytona was 20 and Las Vegas was 30. You know, this has historically been a longer race, usually about 20-25 minute race. But it'll go by pretty quick. 45 laps does not last long at all at this racetrack. And it makes for an interesting ending to the race with the lap traffic towards the end. That's always an exciting part of this event. It's a big win for anybody who wins here because just what you have to do to win at this racetrack. I think SMB is starting to close in a little bit. As here goes the 23 battling the 24. That's Nate and NASCAR Fan 5, otherwise known as Cole Clausen. But we've known him as NASCAR Fan 5 since the very first season, so that's just kind of what we call him. Yeah, the 9 is definitely starting to reel in that 5 car. The 1 car of F1 fan, your Daytona 500 winner, is also staying right there. This is going to be interesting. I think we're going to get a surprise winner here today. It's just a lot of those good cars are running the bottom. Not saying that they can't move up high, but the cars that have been running the outside so far are guys who are looking for a win that might not be likely for them, especially at a racetrack like this. You would usually expect to get a surprise winner somewhere like Daytona or Talladega. Maybe Watkins Glen. That's where Nate won last season. He proved that he's really good at road courses. We'll see if he'll win Sonoma here in a couple weeks. I'm excited for that one. First trip to Sonoma. Second road course that will have hosted a NASCAR Heat Mobile Cup Series race. As the 9 car is right on the bumper of the 5 now. We'll see if he can make a move to that high side. Maybe get around this 5 car. We will have to see. Lap 13 out of 45. So already almost to lap 15. See, these laps are going by pretty fast. Because the 9 car is there now. Like, he is hounding the rear bumper of the 5 car. He knows he's got to put some pressure on his teammate to get the lead here. See a couple guys running the outside. That's the 47, the 31. There's the 44. That's going to be the first car that these leaders catch. He shouldn't be an issue as long as he stays up high. At least that's what I'd think. As we'll see. Who's the first guy? Oh, 4 wide, I think, right there. That was crazy. I think that was the 14, the 20, the 24, and the 23. That looked like a 4 wide battle right there. See, that's also the nice part about this racetrack is you can kind of go wherever you want. You can run the bottom, middle, high lane. Anywhere will work at this racetrack. You know, the high lane might not work towards the beginning of the race, but as the race goes on, that high line becomes more and more dominant. I think the 23 and the 24 are looking pretty good right now. We'll have to see which one of them at least gain a couple spots. It'd be cool to see Nate win again. That'd definitely be an unexpected win. Second career win. I think that would back up his Watkins Glen win pretty well. Back up that win was not a fluke. He's not close to the front, though. He's about 15 seconds back, but he is the first one running the at least middle lane. I don't know. Time will tell. That's just kind of how this racetrack works. As the leaders get around the 44 pretty easily, the 44 files in behind the 9. The 9 is just kind of sitting in behind Lucas right now. I don't think he's ready to make a move just yet. Maybe he's waiting until they catch the tail end to make something happen. Which, that's not the worst idea. But the tail end is going to hit him, and it's going to hit him hard here in just a couple laps. The 1 car starting to close in a little bit. I think he used the 44 to his advantage a little bit right there. Maybe caught some draft off the tail of that car and then slingshotted around him in turns 3 and 4. Gained a little bit of time on the leaders. You always got to think what strategy is going to work best for you in these races. Lap 20 out of 45. So when they come around, it'll be 25 laps remaining here in Phoenix. Who's going to come out with the trophy? This is going to be an interesting race. It's always an interesting race. We've had some pretty good finishes here in the past. Just drivers running down other drivers, looking to see who is going to be running that outside lane. That's what's going to win you this race, as the leaders have caught the tail end. See, the 44 has actually unlapped himself. Actually, I don't think that was the 44. Never mind. I think that was somebody else. I'll have to look when I come around. It looked just like the 44, but it might have been another car. I'll have to see right here. No, that was the 31. Yeah, because there's the 44 right there running the outside. As that was a really slow lap, 28.2 for the leaders. Was there a lead change? Did I miss a lead change? I think I might have accidentally missed a lead change. I hope not. No, I did not miss a lead change. Lucas K is still leading the way. I don't know. That 23 is really far back. It's going to take those leaders getting held up for a long time. He's about 15 seconds behind the leader. And I don't know if he's going to be gaining a whole lot. We'll have to see. Is Lucas K getting around the 78, but he couldn't get around any more cars than just that. He got stuck back in line. So not really a lot of ground made. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to put a car in between you and the second place guy, just so you have a little bit of a cushion just in case something happens later in the race. So that's a good strategy for the 5. Smart thinking for him. Yeah, he's got the 78 in between him and the 9. The 1 right on the bumper of the 9, so giving him a little bit of pressure maybe. All right, let's see if this 23 has gained any. Not really. I think he's lost, if anything. He's lost ground. I just don't think the 23 is fast enough to make something happen. I think if he ran the bottom for the first half of the race and then moved up, maybe, but he's just too far back. I don't know. Maybe in 5-10 laps he'll be closer, but I'm not really confident at all in that. I mean, he's stuck battling with a bunch of guys anyway. This is good news for Lucas, as the 9 has also gotten around the 78. So that's another car around. Now Lucas has to worry about that 9 on his rear bumper again, which I don't really know if that's a huge concern for the 5. See, there's the 23. He has not been gaining anything. I think running that outside for him has just hurt him because he just doesn't have the pace. Because the 1 has been battling that 47 like crazy. He's probably just getting on the radio, trying to get that 47 to back off. Just let him run his own race. But, you know, the lapped cars do not have to move out of the way for anybody. They can try to stay on the lead lap as much as they want. There's no rule saying that they can't do that. And we've seen it a lot. We've seen it cost people wins in the past. And I think the 47 moved up a lane, so that's going to help the 1 car out a little bit. I don't know. We're just going to have to see, will anybody move up to the high side? There's a pack of cars coming. We'll have to see. Lucas K still has the lead. There's the pack of cars. Dark Pump, Sugashan, and me. And then Trombone, Tyreek, and I think the 17 of Austin Toomey. We will have to see if I'm right. Just this track can be hard to see the cars just because of the shadows a little bit. It's not as hard as some other tracks, though. Like, I know Chicagoland can be hard. Some other tracks as well. As Lucas K to the outside, but he gets stuck behind the 77. I don't think Lucas is trying to pass all the lap cars right now. I think Lucas is just trying to put cars in between him and the 9. I don't think he's necessarily worried about trying to pass all of these cars right now. You know, every time that 9 car gets right back to his bumper, he passes another car. So he's just trying to kind of give himself a gap. I think that's what he's doing. He's not too worried about trying to pass everybody right now. Maybe we'll see him do that here in a couple laps. Because this race is coming to a close. About 14 laps to go. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not working out for the 23. I think if he was closer, this might be a win for him. Unless somebody else moves up. but just did not play his cards right. He might gain some spots towards the end of this race, but we'll have to see if these packs of cars can do anything. Lucas is hoping that they don't, but you never know. I'm hoping I'll be able to make a move. It would be nice to go back-to-back, defend my Phoenix win from last season. Now, this is always a fun track to win at. It'd be nice to win both just kind of the West Coast swing, if you will, Las Vegas and Phoenix. We head to a brand new track next week, though, Richmond Raceway. I'm excited for that. I really hope I can win that race. You know, Richmond's a great track. It'd be a really cool track to win at. Hopefully I can get it done. It would be nice if it could be 3 in a row if I were to win here today. But don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. At least we do have one win at Las Vegas. Better than not having a win yet this season. As we'll see if any of these guys make a move. You got to do something. You can't just sit in line. I know it can be risky moving up to that high side. You know, there's not as much grip up there. But sometimes that's just what you have to do if you want to win this race. We've seen it time and time again at this racetrack. You have to move up. You don't have a choice. You have to. Lucas K. as here goes the 9. Couldn't quite get there. He got around the 50, though, so he is now right on the back bumper of the 5. 10 laps remaining here in Phoenix. I thought the 9 was going to make a move around the 5, but he could not quite do it. If Lucas hangs on, I think this will be the first time in Phoenix history we have seen somebody lead every single lap in the race. This is not a track you really expect that. There's nobody moving up. That 9 car just trying to stay with the 5. So we'll have to see, will the 5 make a move to get around another car or two to put a gap between him and SMB? You know, they might be teammates, but they have historically had one of the biggest in-house rivalries in series history. They're always competing at the front for wins. They're 1 and 2 on the all-time wins list. They're always competing with each other for something. Whether it's wins, championships, whatever it may be, it's definitely been a very fun in-house rivalry to watch. Each and every season, each and every race sometimes. And this is another good example of these two chasing each other around the track, trying to beat each other, trying to get their first win of Season 8. Lucas K. still holding the lead. Here goes the 22. The 22 of Tyreek may be making a move, and the 17. The 17, I think he moved up to the very top, but I think the 22 also made a move. Tyreek Speed won this race back in Season 3. That was his championship season. He went winless last season. Can he take the lead here late? We will see. As no, he moved back down, so did the 17. I thought that was going to be it, but they both moved down. Lucas K. holds the lead. Man, if I'm Lucas, I would be sweating right now. Any of these guys can make a move at any time. And when he comes around, it's going to be 5 laps to go here in the desert. See the desert hill over there with all the plants, cactuses on it. 5 to go here in Phoenix. Which one of these guys is going to make the move? If any of them make a move. You know, I don't think that pack right there is going to close in time. The 23 has been gaining a little bit, but I think it's too little too late. He's down to about 12 seconds. Definitely not going to be able to make that time up in 5 laps, though. Lucas K. holds the lead. Here I go to the outside. I might be making a move to the outside. I was side by side with the 12. I don't know if I was losing time right there, though, because I was ahead of the 12 car. We'll have to see. Will this turn into anything? Man, I would love to win this race. As I said, we will have to see. Can I get the lead here? As no SMB to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Lucas K and SMB, they were side by side. 3 laps to go here in Phoenix. I was not able to make anything happen. I got pushed to the outside, but I just fell right back in line. but side by side between the two Hendrick cars. You know, if you're Rick Hendrick, you are just hoping that these two guys don't mess each other up and give another driver a win. Coming to 2 to go. SMB takes the lead here in Phoenix. The 22 moving to the outside, but I don't know if he can do anything. SMB looking for his first win of the season, taking it from his teammate late. Can he hang on? This would be an impressive win. This would be heartbreaking for Lucas. What can Lucas do to get this back? Here they come. White flag. 1 lap to go here in Phoenix. Lucas is right there on the back bumper. Can he do anything? Lucas K has led this race all the way up until last lap when SMB passed him. SMB, he's one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR Heat Mobile Cup Series history. He's trying to tie Lucas for the all-time wins lead, I believe. Coming out of turn 4. Stop Motion Bros wins in Phoenix. Stop Motion Bros wins it, his first career win in Phoenix. And I believe this will be his 14th career win overall. Wow. I did not see that coming. I thought Lucas K was going to lead every single lap. 14th career win for SMB. And this is going to help him advance himself a little bit in the point standings. Because I believe he's currently 7th. So he'll be above the cut line after this. Congratulations to SMB. Great win. Next week is Richmond. That'll be a fun race. Congratulations to SMB. That is it for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.